2 decades ago, in the last few weeks of my time at university, there were many parties, and one was at my house. I told a dear friend that it was a fancy dress party. It was not. He turned up in full Jedi robes and it looked amazing. Everyone else was in t-shirts and jeans, and he took it like a champ and just laughed it off, stayed for the whole party wearing Jedi regalia. I'm now approaching 40 and starting to be painfully aware of my own mortality. I was recently inspired by Kevin Kelly's Unsolicited Advice video to start a list of things I've learned and share it. Not because I think I've got anything special to say, but because I think everyone has something special to say. This is my way of encouraging you to make and share your own list. And when you do, I hope it will encourage others to make and share their lists. So here's the deal. We all share one piece of unsolicited advice for each year we've been alive. They can be specific or general, they can be original or borrowed, they can be personal, or they can be things you've learned from watching others. Here are mine. Don't tell one friend that your regular party is a fancy dress party. It's not funny, it's mean. To know yourself better, consider what you've done in life, not who you consider yourself to be. People say you are what you do, but I'll go a step further. You are what you've done. Your daily activity might change, but no one can take away your achievements. When you think you need to upgrade a piece of gear like a camera or a smartphone, first go back and read a review of the gear that you currently use to fall in love with it again. When transporting a double bass, remember, it is always bigger than you think. Consider this question if you struggle letting go of your possessions. Do you love the object or what the object allows you to do? Do you love your guitar or do you love playing guitar? Do you love your camera or do you love making photographs? Work becomes easier with clarity of purpose. Find out why you do the work you do. Whether it's just to draw down a salary or to find personal fulfillment or to help others, knowing why will help you achieve your goals and leave behind a lot of drama. If taking a pill will help you, take the damn pill. There's no virtue in needlessly suffering without medication. Kindness comes from spending a few years working in retail or catering. Whatever you think of your body, you're going to have to spend the rest of your life in it. Make peace with it. When you create something and put it on the internet, imagine all the people that watch, listen, or read it online coming to you in person to receive it. 50 views on a YouTube video might seem disappointing, but if 50 people turned up at your local cafe to hear from you, you'd be more than happy to share with them. Don't compare your daily practice to other people's greatest hits. Picasso didn't paint the Guernica every day. John Lennon didn't write Imagine every day. Don't compare your lone efforts to someone else's team efforts. Dozens of professionals work on almost every piece of media you've ever seen. You don't have to do everything well. If you enjoy the process, do things that are mediocre. Cook an alright meal, write an okay poem, draw an average picture. When it's urgent, call, don't email. Classic designs endure for a reason. Chances are they're great. The Fender Telecaster, the Casio F91W, the Coeco Sport, Levi 501s, the Stanley 99E, Dunlop Green Flash. When you can afford to hire someone to do something well, don't struggle doing something badly just to save money. Organizations don't exist. They are just groups of individuals. Companies, charities, clubs, churches, all just individuals standing under a banner. Speak to and of the individual, not the organization. Don't be shy to ask about money up front. Don't work for a money-making venture for free. Don't pay to work in the name of training. But if you can afford to, work for free when it's a fun and worthwhile project that's never going to turn a profit. Apologize often. It gets easier with practice. Forgive often, especially yourself. Don't write a note to your housemates. Talk to them in person. A short disagreement is better than weeks of passive-aggressive resentment. The best professionals I know will see the shortcomings of their professions. Never trust a professional that tells you that their work is God's gift to mankind. Your taste in music or movies isn't a personality, and neither is anyone else's. If you only ever clean your house when you have guests visit, invite more guests to your house. You benefit from their company and from the motivation to clean. Don't pick up the acoustic guitar at the house party. When someone criticizes your lawn, ask them if they have time to mow it for you. Take your double bass to small venues in a soft gig bag. They might only just have space for you and your instrument in the venue and not be able to also accommodate a case that's bigger than the instrument itself. When starting a new activity, hobby, or project, it rarely pays off to go all in and buy all the stuff. 90% of the reward from any activity can be achieved with entry-level gear. All large numbers sound unreasonable without context. Ask for a breakdown of any number that's too big for you to understand. To quote the meme, is 4 a lot? Dollars? No. Murders? Yes. Don't wait to hear back from one opportunity before pursuing another. Years are wasted in waiting for people who will never call you back. First inversion chords are underrated. Use them liberally. The best way to really learn a subject deeply, inside and out, is to teach it to someone else. If you own a piano, hire a piano tuner. It's money well spent. If you own a guitar, change the strings. It's time and money well spent. We all spend too much time staring at screens. Make sure you do one thing every day with real physical objects. Cook a meal from scratch, write a to-do list on paper, listen to a record. There are few pleasures greater than listening to someone talk about a subject they're really passionate about. The topic doesn't matter, the passion does. Once you've collected enough of a certain object, they'll reach a critical mass and start attracting others of their kind by gravitational force. For me, it's been vintage cameras, which I'm gifted and offered all the time. Worthwhile habits are hard to form. Useless habits are hard to break. In order to read more books, try different genres. If all you're reading are 500-page novels, then you're not going to dent that reading list. Read poetry, read graphic novels, read plays, read essay collections. Everyone knows something that you would benefit from learning, and that means you have something you could teach everyone.